For today's video, I'm going to keep it a little more short and sweet, and I really just want to talk about starting a clothing brand specifically. I guess you can kind of apply this to any brand, but starting a clothing brand with no budget or like $100 to your name, whatever it is. I literally just got a DM about this yesterday. Someone who doesn't have a lot of money to spend but has some ideas and whatnot. So how do you actually do that? Create something without a budget. So yeah, gonna currently just run through that real quick, and yeah, I'll get right into it. Okay, cool. So the hardest part is actually going to be getting like Photoshop or Illustrator or some type of creative tool. This is the part where I actually have the least amount of advice for you. But what I will say is, like free trials are probably gonna be your best friend. Mess around with, start with a Creative Cloud free trial, get this, and start learning Photoshop or Illustrator if you don't know that. If you can't do that, then I would look for like a cracked version. I'm sure if you scour Reddit or something along those lines, you might be able to find something or a good alternative. But yeah, experiment on one of these programs, or if you can, get Adobe Creative Cloud, specifically Photoshop and Illustrator. That's pretty much all I use. Okay, from there, you have that, you find an alternative, whatever it is, make mockups. So I kind of did a video about this recently. What I mean is start making designs and then putting them onto existing garments. So whether it's like, I just made this Jeopardy like style hoodie the other day. I literally took this blue hoodie from the internet, put in my own like little graphics on it, and made this mock-up. Did another similar one recently with this. I actually sampled this one, but I mocked this up. I took a Prada sweater I found, and then had this music I wanted to clip onto it, and bam, made this mock-up. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these mock-ups though, and you're gonna blast these on social. Create a personal, create whatever type of account you want, a burner, whatever it is, TikTok or Instagram, and especially you're gonna hit TikTok for sure. So you can do carousels and reels. If you're hitting Instagram, it's gonna be a lot harder to blow up in that way. I would definitely hit reels if you can. But yeah, push these on socials and validate your concepts. This is something that I've had to learn the hard way as a brand owner. Is I don't really do a lot of validating on my validating of my ideas. So, for example, some of the releases I have just do not go well, and it's because I haven't validated my idea. If it's a brand new product and my brand specifically doesn't have a very defined aesthetic, if you will, so like the releases are very hit or miss. Like I pretty much gambled on these card holders. I made 100 of them each. I started with the red one, but yeah, I took a complete gamble on it, and it paid off. But then I had other releases such as, let's say, the soccer jersey I did recently in this US style, complete flop. Did not do really much validation at all online. Posted a little bit about it, didn't get a ton of traction. What I want you to do is post your mockups on socials, online, in creative ways. So you have someone like showing you how I came up with this mockup, and then they kind of do like the whole like BTS process thing. That's one way to go about it. You can literally just do like posting. I've been doing this recently as carousels. I did one where I show like the mock-up versus the final product. I thought this one's a cool, and obviously this requires you to have a sample. I'll later get into that. But literally just like posting the mock-ups and the processes, and yeah, get feedback. Post it on r/streetwear startup on Reddit. Post it on, I don't know, Facebook, wherever. Put your ideas out there. I promise if you're worried about them getting stolen, like, that's just like the industry, your ideas really aren't as worth as much as you think they are, to an extent, but it really comes down to execution and speed. So yeah, push out content on whatever it is you're mocking up, and then when you have something that pops, something that gets a lot of traction, that's when it's go, go, go. So I personally use Shopify. Where am I at? Shopify. Yeah, I personally use Shopify. Again, free trials from your best friend if you don't have money to spend on this. I know for me, I pay like $30 a month on it, something like that. But start a free trial or use an alternative like, I don't know, like Squarespace, I think. I think they have free website trial today, no credit card required. Boom. Make a way for people to go to your site, like pretty much get a site, domain, template, and these are going to have integrations for payment processing. So that's really where you're going to start. Don't worry about like filing an LLC or like all this kind of stuff. Just like come up with either like a brand name or like use your own name, like something like that. Validate your ideas and just go for it. That's like gonna be my best advice, just going for it. You're gonna start with the mock-up, you're gonna validate it on social, people like it, people are into it. Either A, go right into selling it, or B, the way I think would be probably a little more responsible is sampling that. So this is where it is going to cost you money. There's really not a way to avoid sampling. But I would go on to like Alibaba. So let's say you have this hoodie design that goes crazy, and everyone's like, hey, I want this thing, I like the design, yada, yada, yada. Go on to Alibaba, type in custom hoodie, and then we'll just like look around at different hoodies that there are. So if you want like a bit of like a heavy, oversized garment, like there's all these keywords they use obviously, but type in whatever it is you want to use: French terry, cotton, 600 GSM, 1000 GSM, gradient dyed, garment dyed, like anything you can think of. Puff print. You want to do a puff print hoodie? I'll go here. I look at, okay, they've done this work before. I'll literally message them, hey, I've got this puff print hoodie I want to make. Then I would insert like the mock-up for them, ask how much does it cost for a sample, show me previous work you've done, just to kind of validate that they have decent quality, and then ask what their MOQ or minimum order quantity is and how much that would cost. So you really want to get down to how much is samples, do they do good work, so you'll validate that with seeing their past work, and then the bulk order. So I want to make sure that they can do like a small amount, especially starting out. I recommend like 50 or lower, especially if you can get towards like 20 to 30. Just make that much, see if you can sell that out. So yeah, make 20 to 30 if you can. And then pricing you'll kind of learn as you go. But like for example, when I did my last hoodie release, I think at like 50, I think I just did 50, maybe 60. I was able to get those landed at like 20-ish. So that's just a ballpark for future reference. But yeah, you're going to sample whatever it is you want to make. Hopefully get it decent enough. You might have to make some changes. Work with them to get the fit that you want, things of that nature. But again, it's really about like speed, and you're going to get better at all these things. So validate that idea, get it sampled in real life, continue to post on socials, post, the process. Again, you can use something like that kind of thing I use, like the sample versus the product, or this sample versus the product, the final product, like the one I did with the mock-up versus the final product. I think that's a really easy social strategy to use. And yeah, once you get that done, fire up the site, open up a pre-order. I'll make a future video on my thoughts on pre-order versus pre-made, but in reality, if you're just starting out, go the pre-order route. It's just gonna be the smartest, save you money, time, effort, everything. It's gonna be the easiest. You might not have all 100% like super happy customers due to wait times, but I promise you this is gonna be the easiest way to do it for you. Probably just the smartest and best way to go about it. So open that pre-order up, sell, get your sales in, and yeah, get that bulk order in, and just be open and honest with your customers. But yeah, if I were to start a brand today with like no money or like $100 to my name, that's what I would do. Again, figure out a way to design, just figure that part out. Whether it is like a free alternative, a cracked version, a free trial on Adobe Creative Cloud, whatever that is. Make a ton of mock-ups, just continue to design and experiment, blast those on social, TikTok, Instagram, any type of video content you can do, the better. Again, Reddit, especially r/streetwear startup. That's where I get a lot of traction on my earlier stuff. And then when something pops, get enough traction, get that sample made, get the sample done right, open that pre-order up. Once your sales are in, go about the bulk order from the manufacturer, and you're golden. So yeah, that's kind of all I had for today. Again, this is something I get asked every once in a while, but I just got it asked yesterday, and just thought I'd make a quick video on it, especially while I have time. But yeah, that was kind of just a quick rant. Obviously not going to apply to everyone, but yeah, if you're just starting out, I think that was a good little like mini crash course on exactly what you should do. Let me know what other like more in-depth things you guys want me to talk about. And also just like kind of like why you're watching the videos would be really helpful too. I try to be very educational to other like brand owners or people that are just interested. But if you just like drop a comment on like what it is you're currently doing, are you a current brand owner? Are you thinking about it? Are you just like a graphic artist? Like whatever it is you do, I'd love for you guys to just like drop like what it is you do so I can get a better idea of like how to better cater to you guys and content. And yeah, that's kind of really all I got for today. So yeah, I can be pushing out more content. Appreciate all of the feedback and support. Like, comment, subscribe as usual. And yeah, until next time. Thanks, guys.